Pimp C got out of jail, and if you don't know, Riding Dirty was created by Bun B and Pimp C of UGK. They created that thought. I stole that idea from those guys. I made millions off of that. I ended up thrusting. I went to India. I went everywhere, performed it. Norway. I did a show in Norway. Got that show in Norway. Y'all see me jumping up. A lot of y'all seen that. I got $100,000 for that one show. $100,000. Yeah, Riding Dirty did that. You know, and I felt like because of that, I owed everything to these guys. Man, Pimp C got out of jail, and you know, Pimp C, I had this candy red Cadillac, you know, and I didn't drive it a lot, you know what I'm saying? And Pimp loved it. Pimp loved it. And I was like, you know what, Pimp? I'm gonna give you this car. You can have it. I'm gonna give it to you for free. Don't tell nobody I gave it to you for free, because I don't want people looking at me like I'm Mr. Save the World. I want you to have this. This is my token. And Pimp at first was like, nah, man, I can't do that, G. Let me buy it. I was like, nah, you can have it. And then he was like, bet. He took the car. And then later on, he tells everybody, hey, you know, Chamillionaire gave me this car. And I'm like, why you tell everybody I gave you the car, Pimp? He's like, because I can't lie. I can only keep it real, man. I can only keep it true. I don't want to be no liar. And I said, I respect that. I respect that. So you fast forward, Pimp C passes away. Rest in peace to Pimp C, right? I go to Pimp C's wife, his family, and I say, I buy the car back. My own car that I gave to Pimp C, I bought the car back from him. You know why I bought it? Because I wanted to do something for his family. I feel like Pimp C up in heaven looking down, and you know, that's what he would have wanted. Everybody screams Pimp C this, Pimp C that, but you know, that's what he would have wanted from me. To my knowledge, Bun B is the only person I really know that's actually went above and beyond for Pimp, family wise, etc. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only person I know. Everybody else screamed Pimp C. I didn't see anybody else doing that. You know what I'm saying? We scream it out, but nobody was helping. So that's why I did that. And because of that, later on, his wife, she had a drive and it had Pimp C's files in there. And she said, I'm going to give you this file. I want you to have it, and for free. And I was like, nah, I can't take this for free. It's Pimp C's work. I want to, you know, adjust, mess the royalties and make royalties go towards you, you know, and you know, just, I want his family to eat off of this. And she was like, I said, I want you to tell me how much the track is worth. She told me how much the track is worth. And keep in mind, it wasn't a lot of money. And I was like, all right, I'm going to make sure you receive that. To this day, that record has not been paid for by Universal. Universal would rather me go do a song with, I don't know how many of y'all watch Gossip Girl, but we were having a conversation one time, and they wanted me to do a song with a girl from Gossip Girl. I never even watched Gossip Girl. I don't want to do no corny cheese. I don't want to do that. And they would rather me do some stuff like that. They give me some ideas sometimes, and it's like, I don't want to do that. I want to be authentic, because that's what got me where I'm at. They're like, well, Riding Dirty ended up being a big pop record. No, it wasn't a pop record. It was actually a street record. It was something that just infiltrated pop culture. It was an authentic song. You don't try to sit here and try to force these number one. You just make authentic music. I've been doing that in my career, and a lot of the people that like me and like all the stuff I put out, I don't think like that. You know, when me playing skills and all of us were going to make Ride, we wasn't trying to make number one. We was just trying to do something sweet. That's it. That's how you do music. You don't force it like that, and I believe that. And back to the Pimp C song, you know, they would rather me, you know, take off all this stuff. So I started taking off all this stuff. Oh, Chamillionaire is over budget, et cetera, et cetera. Keep in mind, I'm not even the administrator for this album. My first album, I got sued. The Sound of Revenge, I got sued. Everybody from left and right was suing me, right? I wasn't the administrator. The administrator is the person that actually makes sure everybody signs off on the paperwork. The person that was in charge of administrating that album didn't have everybody sign off on everything they were supposed to sign off on. So some people had the album out in the market and didn't sign nothing. So they were like, oh, I'm about to sue because they ain't paid me and they ain't make me sign. So because you didn't have an agreement with them, whatever they asked for is pretty much what you have to give them. You know, when them lawsuits came, you know what Universal did? They threw all them lawsuits on my table. I had to pay people personally out of my pocket, out of my share, and be like, look, here, I know you did this. All right, man, good. I'm paying people 10 times what it was really worth. Because I didn't want to get sued or, you know, and stuff so I'm paying people here. It was their fault, but I had to pay for it. So the next album, Ultimate Victory, I said, you know what? I'm going to be the administrator on this album. I'm going to make sure every single person signs everything they're supposed to sign. I'm going to make sure that everything, all my T's is crossed and all my I's is dotted. And that's what I did. That album was clean and cut. A couple people tried to come in and get me, but they couldn't because everything was on point. I had my paperwork. I had everything straight. And if you look at my career, since my first album with Paul Wall, I've always won. My first mixtape, I always won. I always did good. Me and Paul had one of the biggest independent albums coming from Houston. My first album on a major went platinum, 1.6 worldwide, ringtones, digital downloads, everything. So I like to win. My last album, Ultimate Victory, came out and wasn't as successful. But financially, it was successful because I still made money off of that album because I kept the expenses so low on that album. I paid every single thing off that album out of my pocket. Everything. And then I went back to the label and made them reimburse me. You know? So I paid everything out of my pocket and I ended up not spending a lot of money. And so I made a lot of money off of that album. Now we fast forward to this new album, Venom. A lot of people waiting. There are people that depend on me, and I don't want to do anything that I think is gonna get us in trouble, get us in the red. Universal probably love for me to owe them money and be in a hole and be on. I don't want to owe them money. I want to make sure we got a good plan. I want to make sure that the music is right. You know, I cut it down as much as they want to cut it down because they wanted me to take off songs. I got it down to 10 songs, and then, you know, they still said I was over budget. So if I'm over budget and I've got 10 songs, the next expensive song that I could take off is, guess what? Pimp C song. So I'm not taking it off. I'm not going down to 9 songs because I don't feel that that's something that's going to be successful. I'm telling them, hey, name one person that put out a 10-song album that was successful. And they're saying, oh, well, you know, Justin Bieber did it or Sade did it or Maxwell. I'm like, man, name one rapper. You got Lil Wayne and all these people dropping 1 million and trillion songs, and people want content. You're talking to a guy that put out a triple disc mixtape. Like, people want content. They don't want no 10 songs. Because they say, oh, well, people don't like all the songs on the album. Anyways, well, how do you know they're going to like all 10 songs on the album? You know, you might think I'm only going to put the, you know, just, I don't want to get too deep into that, but it's a lot of the nonsense, man. In this industry, I refuse to fake it. I refuse to tell y'all that everything is so gravy. When you get in this industry, you're going to have to deal with a lot of nonsense like that. You're going to have to deal with people that are not attached to music at all, telling you how to make the song. And I've actually done that. I'm not going to name the certain records, but there's records that have came out that y'all know. It might not have been me. We'll try it. I'm open-minded. Put it out. Don't work. It's your fault, Cam. You effed up. You shouldn't have put out this song. What? I did that because y'all, I was trying to, okay. I see what you're doing. So I don't want anybody to get scared like Venom's not going to come out. It is. You know, we're building up a hell of a excitement right now with all this energy. You know, like I'm on page 2 in the subway in Toronto for real right now. All because of this story. So I feel like everything happens for a reason. It's a blessing. I'm not hurting. I'm not laying on a bench like Hancock right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right. I'm trying to get my music together. I'm trying to get everything straight. And the song I just gave you, Make a Movie, you know, you can have it.
Oh yeah, it's time to make a movie. Time to make a movie. Oh yeah, oh I think she likes me, so it's time to make a movie. Let's get it. You know what it is, homegirl, let's get it. Your little boyfriend, I never know that we did it. Got a homegirl, let me know if she with it. 2 girls, 1 bed, let me know and we'll split it. Quit it, tell me how he finna know. Way too much bread, no Keebler though. When I see money, I speed to the dough. If it ain't no dough, I speed to the dough. Where she finna go? Stick to the script, get used to my plot.